What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And every once in a while, I like to go into deep thought, start imagining, start thinking about things like what if, and it makes me feel like, I'm some old wise Greek philosopher, perhaps someone that's sitting around a hot tub with the yoga on and those little leaves on the head. Like, have you ever pondered about how it would be to be something that you're not? Perhaps have you ever thought about how easy it would be to be a Democrat? And I thought about that. I said, man, how easy would it be to be a Democrat? Because if you listen to them, you would think they got the worst life ever. I mean, always over the top with the complaining, always over the top with the analogies. The moral outrage is completely off the chain. Everybody's wrong except for them. And they're never at a state of rest, never at a state of peace. They are an object in motion all the time. They never stop to smell the flowers without noticing there's some oppression in these flowers right here. Why is the flowers red, white, blue? Why don't they have flowers that are black or brown? I mean, there's always going to be something with the Democrats. And as I find myself having discussions with many of them, I concluded that, boy, it's absolutely easy to be a Democrat. It takes nothing to be a Democrat. They got the life. I mean, think about it. How easy it to be a Democrat, to have no risk of going against the grain. You're always running with the pack for the most part. You are always in the group of the masses, because at this stage, this whole progressive liberal movement is very welcoming to people who accept their doctrine or their beliefs. As long as you are in the masses, you're good. You don't have to worry about that threat of going against the masses. You are never at risk of having to come up with some research or facts or any type of stats whenever having a discussion. You don't need to do that. You don't have to be prepared when you come in to a debate as a Democrat. No, forget that. Forget doing the back work, the homework, none of that. It's like going in and take the ACT and you're just like, I don't have to worry about it. Whatever answer I put down, they're going to accept it. Let's see what else. You can get out of trouble pretty much anytime, at all times. Long as you are crying victim, you get out of trouble. Are you pulling me over for being black, officer? Well, no, I pulled you over because you was doing 110 and a 20. But I'm black, so obviously this is a racist move. Well, sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. When I saw your car go blowing past, that streak of lightning that shot past me, all I saw was someone breaking the law. I should have looked a little more carefully because as I got closer and further investigation, I see that you're a black person, so you're excused from any type of persecution. As a Democrat, how does it feel? It's so easy to just not have to worry about criticism because, of course, as long as you use identity politics, nobody can criticize you. You get out of pretty much anything you want to get out of. It's easy to be a Democrat when all you have to do is use emotion in your debates. No need to come with any type of oppositional research. No, no need to come with some type of reason. Nah, you just get into your emotions and that shuts down the debate. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. I think they got the Democratic privilege going. That's what I think. Heck, it must be wonderful being a Democrat to have 90% of the media and the Democrats supporting you as long as you are on board with their agenda. I mean, heck, that's a force to be reckoned with. When you got the media behind you, you pretty much could do whatever you want to do, say what you want to say, and they'll just go ahead and spin it to make it seem like it makes some sense. They don't have to come up with solutions to problems. As a Democrat, all you have to do is come up with complaints. I mean, President Trump's not doing anything about the coronavirus. President Trump isn't working properly with the things that's going on the border. He doesn't deal with foreign affairs the right way, the economy the right. All you do is just come up with complaints. But then when they say, well, what's your solution? What? No, we don't major in solutions. We major in complaints. That's it. I mean, it must be absolutely great as a Democrat to where You don't need historical references or information. You don't need to draw from that stuff. All you need to do is either rewrite history or just full-blown erase it and take down a couple statues, just totally erase the fact that the Democrats were responsible for all this oppression and slavery and all of that stuff that they always throw up in our faces. Just go ahead and erase that mess. We don't want to do that. We don't want to talk about those things. Let's see what else. I wrote some things down. Heck, they don't have to worry about criminal consequences. As a Democrat, it must be great. As long as you are furthering the agenda of the liberal media and the Democratic Party, there's no criminal consequences. Yeah, you see them getting out of all types of pickles, and it's frustrating. What else? Let me see. As a Democrat, you don't have to worry about having any evidence of all of the complaints that you throw out about how bad it's gotten and how tough society is and how oppressed you are. You don't need evidence for those things. You can just pretty much throw those claims out into the atmosphere and people will accept them at face value. What else? You can accuse people of all types of stuff with no consequences. You know what you are? You're racist, misogynist. You're a traitor to your country. You know what you are? You're like Hitler. You're like Diablos. You're like, you're a xenophobe. You're a homophobe. You're a whatever else phobe you come up with. You're an environmental phobe. You're all of these things. You're a science denier without any evidence or consequences of throwing these accusations out there. Easy to be a Democrat because you never are taking the accusations. You're only giving them. Okay, what else? Let's see. Oh, you can make bold claims with no fact checking. You don't need none of that. Yeah, Donald Trump obviously colluded with the Russians. We have overwhelming evidence right here in plain sight. And nobody comes back to you and say, where's all that evidence? At least on the Democrat side, they don't do that. They don't check their own. You can pretty much be anything you accuse the people on the right of being without any type of fact checking or consequences from your own party. I mean, if you don't believe me, ask Keith Ellison or ask the governor of Virginia, still up in there with the blackface. Keith Ellison, no Me Too for him. His girlfriend slap her around because she don't take the trash out and all that stuff. No consequences. What else? Let's see. Oh, as a Democrat, no worries of being attacked or shamed by anybody. No, forget that stuff. You go to a restaurant, eat anywhere you want, anytime. Nobody's going to bust in with signs, marching around your table, yelling, shame, shame, and all of that stuff. You pretty much got it made. What else? Let's see. Oh, no worries of losing your job because of angry protesters showing up there, marching around outside your job. None of that. Bad PR, forget that mess. You're good. What else? As a Democrat, next. Oh, no worries of losing friends or family. No. See, even if your friends and family don't agree with you, they probably got enough social graces and common sense to realize that disagreeing about political issues don't result in you being an evil person, and therefore they must have to disown you and not be your friend. They just say, well, I just disagree with you. But, you know, it's different with the left. If you're a Democrat, you can pretty much call people evil, Hitler, all types of things, and nothing happens because they're evil, just because they don't think like you. So it's easy. It's pretty easy. Let's see what else you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about, let's see. Oh, you don't even need to use no science and no math. Forget that mess, because all you got to do is say these things are racist. That's it. So science, math, all that stuff. If somebody comes to you and question your belief of 95 different genders, you're racist. That's all you are. You're xenophobe, homophobe, all of that stuff. So you don't really need to present reasonable arguments and stuff like that as a Democrat. Just slap the title of racism on it or something like that, or use a little bit of identity politics sprinkled out on there and get you right off the hook. All right. No need to win votes because of your policies. You don't need those things. All you're going to need to win is identity politics. Accusations of the other people being all types of horrific things, but not you. Because you're the champion of pretty much every small interest group's needs. That's what you are. So for the most part, it is extremely easy being a Democrat because, in conclusion, it doesn't require you to be brave. I mean, you're running with the herd. But the one that breaks from the herd and decide, you know what, I'm going in the opposite direction I'm going to go ahead and swim upstream against resistance. I'm going to have to actually put in some time and work to come up with a reasonable string of thoughts when I'm having a discussion politically and not rely on emotions and name calling. You don't need none of that stuff. For the most part, being a Democrat, you could pretty much be sorry. That's what it is. You can be sorry. And so for those that attack conservatives and they talk about conservatives aren't smart, y'all dumb, y'all are just being misled by Trump and all of his rhetoric, you're brainwashed. No, I don't think so. It's pretty tough to be a conservative. You have to do stuff. You got to work at it. You got to stay abreast on your common sense and things that are going around the world, and also history, stats, all of these things. You got to research the whole story instead of taking sound bites. You can't just sit back, turn on the news and hear them say things like Donald Trump called the coronavirus a hoax, and you just take that for face value. See, as a conservative, you have to say, wait a minute, that doesn't even sound practical. Let me go back and see the whole statement in its context. And then you could come back and conclude that why would he say something like that? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because what that requires is Trump to say this virus that is killing folks and spreading across the United States and the world, I don't believe it's actually happening. See, that's a Democratic move. They'll see evidence of stuff with their own eyes and ears and just say, it's not happening. Remember the hoax of all of those people coming to the border, those caravans that we all saw on TV, that they told us that that's not happening. I know you see them and I know you hear it and all that stuff, but that's not really happening. You could do that as a Democrat and get away with it. But as a conservative, you actually have to go and say, well, that doesn't make sense. So for Trump to have said that, that means all of this overwhelming scientific evidence that we see before us, he would have to be denying that. So the logical process would say, well, he wasn't talking about the virus himself. Perhaps he was talking about the accusations coming from the Democrats and the liberal media about how he's handling it is false. Therefore, it is a hoax. I'm just saying. So there you have it. My Greek philosophy about, man, the days of old, how it used to be when I was a Democrat. No opposition, no nothing. Just freestyling. It was good days, good days. But anyway, I wouldn't exchange it for nothing being a conservative. At least I'm free in my mind and I see things clearly and I'm out of the matrix. Dang on it. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. If you want to remain sorry, if you want to remain a Democrat, fine, enjoy yourself. But if you got some common sense, get out of there. Now, anyway, don't forget, check me out every Wednesday live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, my radio blog talk show. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe and the notification button. Also, make sure you're still subscribed and your notifications are set to all. And check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. Put Kevin in a promo code, you'll get a 20% discount. And what else you need to do? Oh, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link in the bottom of this video to do that as well. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and the Instagram. We'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.